Homes4All Cafe was a pop-up cafe for homeless people that ran from late December 2017 to mid-January 2018. Here is its story. In mid-December, Deborah Robson-Gray, who runs Homes4All, requested £20,000 from Oxford City Council for a so-called Jumpstart bus, a double-decker bus converted into a 10-bed hostel for homeless people. But Oxford City Council did not give Deb the money. Soap company Lush heard about this and got in touch with Deb. Lush had recently moved its shop from one of the main Oxford shopping streets, Cormarket, to the new Westgate shopping complex. They had 6 weeks left on their Cormarket lease and kindly offered their empty shop unit to Homes4All until the end of January. The building has 4 stories, and the initial idea was to run a pop-up hostel with a reception downstairs and then beds upstairs. Homes4All is not a registered charity, but it needed charity status to get the lease and buy insurance. Deb linked up with the registered charity to do this. The lease was signed, insurance was purchased, the fire inspector visited. However, the planning department vetoed the hostel idea on the basis that the Lush shop is a soap shop, whereas a homeless shelter is a completely different planning category. So, a rapidly convened meeting of the main Homes4All team decided that the shop would be used as a cafe, and the upstairs will be used to hand out donations of clothing and toiletries and for people to do activities and get support. And if the clients happen to enjoy their coffee in a horizontal position with their eyes closed, then that would be just fine. Homes4All picked up the keys to the shop on 20th December. Volunteers promptly started cleaning the kitchen and the main shop unit. Deb went to the local Robert Dias and came back with a microwave and cleaning materials that the store had donated. Artist Henry, who had squatted in several buildings previously, painted murals. Deb and other volunteers got onto Facebook asking for donations. The kitchen soon started filling up with homemade Christmas biscuits, tea and coffee. On 21st of December, the cafe was officially open. Then came the monster list of everything that was needed. Tea, coffee, UHT milk, a kettle, and so on. That's not all. Facebook was fantastic. Yes, people donated all of that. Oxford Event Hire delivered 20 stackable chairs and 6 folding tables that we could use until the end of January for free. Other people donated coffee tables, bean bags, and Christmas decorations. The cafe really got going on the afternoon of Christmas Eve. But at this point, many clients started showing up, wondering what all the fuss was about. They were given warm drinks and lovely homemade cakes and biscuits. Nobody knew yet how many volunteers would come forward, and so how many hours per day the shop would be open. A volunteer induction programme and an online rota of volunteers was set up. A lot of volunteer inductions would run. They covered personal safety and confidentiality, how shifts would work, cleaning schedules and food hygiene. By the new year, the cafe was filling up. Coffee and tea went quickly, as did anything savoury. Pot noodles were a particular favourite. Signs were posted in the cafe window of what was needed, and members of the public would bring things in. It was heartening to see how the community supported the cafe. The cafe was very much around generosity. One table held food that anyone could take in any quantity what they wanted. Another table had art, equipment and games. There was information about other homeless services on another table and also on the wall. There were lots of volunteers and always someone to speak to. Dogs were welcome, people donated dog food, and there was always a good need to lick. Local charity Emmaus loaned some comfortable couches which everyone loved. The upstairs floor opened up, people had donated large quantities of clothes and toiletries, and where the right size couldn't be found, then there was another Facebook appeal. When the cafe first opened, visitors were often wary. Many left their belongings in corners. There was some yelling and some threats. Volunteers had been trained to deal with this, so nothing bad happened, but there were teething problems. But in just a couple of weeks, the cafe essentially became self-regulating. People stopped leaving their bedding in the doorway. People stopped drinking and yelling in the doorway. The cafe was a safe and pleasant place where they were respected and treated kindly, and they wanted it to work. They started a petition to keep the cafe open permanently. Lovely things happened, hugs were exchanged, people joked and exchanged information. People sat on each other's knees and flirted a bit. People helped each other. Several rough sleepers became volunteers and started serving hot drinks to other rough sleepers. People rediscovered hobbies and had a stab at doing art. By early January, there were regularly up to 20 people in the cafe at a time, lounging on the sofas, making phone calls, exchanging gossip. The cafe was open from 8 in the morning until 9 in the evening, and it was constantly busy. It was magic. 2 people had their birthdays when the cafe was open. One woman turned 30 and couldn't remember the last time that her birthday had been celebrated. A volunteer organised a party for her, and presents. Best of all, somebody else paid for her to get a proper salon haircut. When she came out, she said she felt lighter and she looked like a proper normal person. Then, on 8th of January, Homes4All heard from Lush that the building owners would only allow the cafe to operate 10 AM to 6 PM. So now it had to be shut when it was dark and cold out, just when it was most needed. Then, 3 days later, the charity that Homes4All had partnered with to get the lease decided to pull out. A few hours the shop had to close, 3 weeks ahead of time. Everyone was gutted. Such a good idea, such a pity. Within a few days the walls were repainted black, the borrowed tables, chairs and couches were returned, surplus food went to the other local charities that help the homeless, and all the people who had been enjoying the cafe were back out on the street. No. But many lessons were learnt from the 3-week pop-up cafe. Such a cafe is desperately needed in Oxford. It can work beautifully. Homeless people are happy to help others. They want not just food and a bed, but a listening ear, respect, a warm human touch. People of Oxfordshire are incredibly generous. Homes4All is very grateful to Lush, to everyone who brought in food, clothing and money, and particularly to the wonderful volunteers who turned an empty shop unit into a lively, happy cafe. Homes4All is still fundraising for a Jumpstart bus. Homes4All hopes to open another pop-up homeless cafe in Oxford soon, and let's work towards a fairer society where in the future homeless cafes aren't needed.